Have you ever seen those videos that were like, do this for 50 days and you'll be unrecognizable? And then like the thing is like, go to the gym 2 hours every day, cut everybody off, you know, do all these like million steps, blah 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 blah, and then you're gonna be like perfectly great and stuff like that. Have you seen those? I have. And I have some opinions. Obviously my opinions are opinions, but I like to research a lot about mental illness and psychology and stuff, so I like to think my opinion has at least a little bit of value. My opinions are specifically for those who have any sort of like mental health struggles. For people who do not struggle with like a lot of mental health issues, I don't doubt that those kind of like challenges work for them, or those really intensive like morning routines and stuff. I don't doubt that they like do something for them, or that they work for them, or that they're great for them. My concerns are for those who struggle with mental health and who see these things and want to achieve them but get frustrated when they can't. Because I think like a big target demographic for like those get your life back together stuff are people who are really mentally unwell, or people who are like struggling with something. Like they see those and they're like, yes, like I want that, like please. And then like they watch these videos and then it's just like, yeah bro, just like cut everybody off and just like go hard at the gym, you got this, man. Or they'll be like, do this like 50-step morning routine and your life is gonna be so much better. I honestly don't have much of a problem with people like posting these kind of like videos and routines and showing people what they do, because like, I mean, it's the internet, right? Like not everything is gonna work for everybody, obviously. But I just wanted to provide some assistance, I guess, for people who are looking for this kind of content and like it just cannot seem to fit in with what everybody else is doing and working for them. So I hope this finds anybody. I don't have a lot of subscribers, so I don't know who's gonna watch this video, but hopefully we'll find somebody and help somebody, right? Also, do you guys like my shirt? It says, let's face it, we all have mental health. Isn't that great? Amazing shirt. What was I talking? Sorry, wow. Back on track. Anyways, so one of the like, I'll list a few of the like main concerns that I have with these things, and then I will tell you some solutions, because I did not come here just to complain. I'm not really complaining, I'm just pointing out what might not, why it might not work for some people, but like I came with a solution, okay? I came prepared. One of my first bigger complaints with these kind of challenges is that there's no build-up for people. It's just, here's the whole routine, go get them. And I think that just kind of like doesn't work. I think even for some people who don't struggle with like mental health issues, I don't think that's the smartest idea. In my research, I sound professional, I'm not. So take what I say with like a grain of salt, is that the phrase? Girl, I don't know. But habits should be built a little slowly over the course of some time. I do strongly believe for anyone that when you're building habits, you should go slowly, especially if you're not used to doing a big routine with a lot of steps. I don't think you should be throwing those all in, like being like, yep, let's go. Because what I think and what I know happens for a lot of people is that they get really hyped up, they get really psyched for the first few days, and they're like, yeah, this is gonna go great, and they do great for a bit, and then they crash because you were trying to take on too many things at once and it's just not working. You need to slowly build habits, is what I'm saying. That's one of my first big issues with these kind of challenge videos that I've seen everywhere, is just that like they're just giving it to you and they're not giving any other like, hey, maybe take it slow, maybe try a few of these a day. And like, they don't have to say that. They don't have to say that at all. They should, but they don't have to. So, but I'm saying it, right? Okay, take things slowly, and work your way up. Don't try to throw everything at once, because I assure you it's probably not gonna go great. It might, but it also very much might not. And that's sort of like the first bigger issue I have with these kind of videos, is that they're just kind of like, yeah, go for it, pal. You good. Do this for 50 days or your life's not gonna be great. It's like threatening. No. And the second one is that they are very, very specific. Especially like the routine videos where people are like, you know, like, you should try this routine, like do this morning routine and stuff like that. And sometimes it's just people showing their morning routine, which is great. I'm not talking about those videos. I'm talking about like the people who are like telling others this is what your morning routine should be, and they like list the times that you should be doing those things. And I just think that it's a little bit, it's too specific, because not everybody's schedule works the same. Not everybody has that much time in their morning to do all of those things. Not everybody has that like amount of free time in their mornings. Maybe they have more time in their afternoons or like in their nighttime, so maybe a better night routine would benefit them better. So that's kind of another little mini like issue that I have with some of the things, that challenges that people are giving. They're like, yeah, get your life together, do like these things at these different times in the morning, or like do this, but it's like some people just can't. So I don't know why I like almost yelled that, but some people just like, their schedules are just not gonna work with that. So I think my other problem with a lot of these challenges is that they're too constraining for people. There's too, and it just adds on to like that expectation of like, you have to do it at this time, like you have to be doing, like, it's very like, do that or you're not succeeding. Like, and like for people who are struggling with their mental health, it's very, they already have a lot of mental pressure on themselves to be better and to be healthier. So adding on that extra like, I have to do it at this time, is just a lot more burden, and then it blocks them from wanting to start to do it, and then it just creates this whole thing, and it just doesn't work. Yeah. What else? I should have written down the like, here's the thing, sorry, I'm gonna go off on a little tangent. May I will. Okay. I am a very structured, planned person. I like planning. I love planning things out. I love being prepared and like stuff, but like when it comes to like what I'm gonna say, especially for like videos and stuff, I just like, I have to improv it. I have to go improv. I don't know why. I can plan like everything else. I plan my day, I plan everything else, but when it comes to like me gonna go speak, when I try to write something down, I'm like, it doesn't happen. I just have to like speak and hope it goes over well. Songs, videos, short films, anything, it just has to be word vomit. I don't know why. What was I anyways, back to the video. I think my last sort of issue, I guess, is that it's a little bit too unattainable, because I'm thinking specifically in regards to people who struggle with mental health. I'm like thinking very specifically, especially for people who have ADHD or autism. That's like, that was kind of like my main like focus for these kind of things. Consistency with so much stuff is going to be super, super hard, especially if you have ADHD or autism. Like, I watch these things and I watch that these people do them day after day after day, and it's just so much in like little time frames. And especially for people with time blindness and like so much like bad time management, all of these things, I'm watching it, I'm like, there are a lot of people who are going to feel so disappointed in themselves for not being able to meet that sort of standard. And because those people who are making those videos are probably like neurotypical, and so it's easier for them, right? And it's not as easy for somebody who's neurodivergent. So all of these things that I'm watching, I'm just watching all of these, like, so many different types of like challenges and stuff, and I'm like, there just needs to be something more catered to neurodivergent folk, or to people who have like mental health struggles, or just not very great, in a very great place. I don't know why I phrased it like that. And so I thought, hey, there's nothing stopping me from making one of those. So I made one of those. I made it specifically for us neurodivergents, for us struggling people. I made one for us, okay? I got you guys. I did this for us. I did this for me, I did this for you. It's us. If there's any neurotypicals watching, I did it for you too, guys. Because this is for everybody. Also, I got a new perfume the other day, and it smells like super, super good. I'm just gonna spray some really quick on me. I'll be right back. I guess I could have just edited it out, and then you guys would never know. I'm gonna stop talking. Oh, that smells so good. I wasn't just gonna like, you know, base it off of nothing. I wanted to base it off like habits that I think are pretty important for your day, are pretty good for like people who are like trying to get themselves out of a slump and just want to be living like a balanced, more balanced life than they were before. Okay, so let's talk about it. So, earlier I said that one of the issues that I had with a bunch of the challenges now is that there's no build-up, and it's just a bunch of stuff thrown at you as is. Like, there it is, that's all. Like, do all those things. I'm thinking that's probably not great. We should be slowly building these habits, and we should be accommodating people for like where they currently are now, because, you know, you talk to somebody who is waking up at like 12 in the afternoon every single day, and you're telling them to wake up at 6. Like, that's not really attainable, and it's not like they don't know how to, like, it's not working. Okay, that's not gonna happen. So I broke this down into phases, I guess we'll call them. Let me grab my laptop. Look at my laptop looks so uggos. Like, with that, there's like this shade of purple with these stickers, clashes. Anyways, okay. I broke this up into 3 phases. The first phase is 2 weeks, the second phase is 3 weeks, and then the third phase is back to 2 weeks. But then, like, you can continue doing that for the rest of your life. So, like, 2 weeks and on, you know, infinity and beyond. Man, those movies were good. Anyways, girl, where was I? Okay, phase 1. So I decided that we should start off very, very, very simple. Okay, I'm gonna meet you guys where you are. If you guys are literally not anywhere close to having anything put together, like, it's fine, right? So I made a Notion page. You guys know what Notion is. It's the best thing in the world. Anybody who knows me knows that I just don't stop talking about Notion. I will include a link where you can find this page, and you can duplicate this page and keep it with you, because it has everything written down, and I made a tracker for each phase and for all the things that you have to do. And I even included motivational pictures in all of the little, like, I put the trackers go by day, and each of the days you can open it and see little motivational images and stuff. Okay, I thought of things. Or what you can do is you can just click the link and you can just write down this info and then, like, use it in your own planner, and keep track of it yourself. I'll be talking a bit about, like, the different steps and stuff, but I really think it's better if you, like, go read this, because it's just, maybe that's just how my brain works, actually. But I'll try and cover everything in the video, but I just really recommend that you go to click the link to read this, so you guys can write it down and remember it, and, like, fully, like, see it better, because I might not explain it the best. That's my problem. My wording might be a bit off, but let's go. So in the first phase, I even wrote, we're gonna start very easy for phase 1. Like, we're gonna go easy. The first thing that I want us to do is wake up before 12 p.m. There's no pressure to wake up at 6, 8, not even 10. Anytime before 12. Anytime that's morning, that's not afternoon, that's what we're striving for. Okay? As we go along, we're gonna be raising the time. But for now, as long as you're up before 12, we're fine. And I wanna say this before I start getting into everything, but if you mess up sometimes, or if you, like, don't do something one day, or, like, you know, you have, like, a day or so where you, like, fall into a slump, that's fine. That's okay. If you make it to where you're in a really good spot, you're really keeping up, but then you, like, really fall back and you're no longer waking up, like, at the early times, and you have to start from, like, phase 1, that's okay. That's perfectly fine. You can start over as many times as you need to, as long as you're starting over and trying. Okay, there's no judgment here. This is not one of those, like, you break this habit, you go back to your slump, you are just the worst person ever, leave. No. You mess up, you're back in a slump, or you're just having a really hard time mentally and you just can't, it's fine. We'll wait. I'll wait. You can pause this video. No, but seriously, like, if you need to start over at any point, no matter how much progress you've made, that's okay. I do it. No, you can do it. We can all do it. My dog's staring at me. Go to sleep. Sorry. Okay. Anyways, back to the thing. The second thing we're gonna do is drinking at least 1 bottle of water, or like the equivalent in cups. I think the daily recommendation of how much water you should drink is like, it's apparently 11 cups for females and 13 cups for men. Right now we're just gonna be aiming for like a few. Like the plastic bottles of water, 1 plastic bottle of water, like that's it. That's fine. Just get that in your system, please. Drink water. The next thing that we're adding is cleaning up at least once. I do not care what you clean. You could make your bed, you could sweep the floor, just clean one thing, no matter how small. You're just making this effort. For the cleaning exercise, we're actually dropping that later on, but you only need to do it for these 2 weeks. But what you should do is at least like once or twice a week have a day where you like focus on cleaning. And so what I'm doing here is I'm just getting you used to getting into the habit of cleaning things and like picking up after stuff before it gets too messy, so that when we take that off, you'll already be sort of used to that, and then you can go to cleaning once or twice a week, you know? So it's just little habit building, okay? If you want to keep that, do it, but you don't have to after the 2 weeks. The next one, spending 30 minutes focused with God, praying, reading your Bible, either or both. Starting small, because you know, sometimes when you're in a slump, you just sort of like isolate, and you just sort of like sit there, and you know what, like, we get it, but we're getting better and we're making progress. So at least 30 minutes, no distractions. Put your phone in a box, or I don't know what people say. I just turn my notifications off, and I like leave it to charge or something. Or, you know, if you read your phone on your Bible, like, just turn off your notifications so you don't get them and get distracted. Work with what you need to work with. Okay, the next one is moving your body. Exercise is good for you. I know it is. I didn't mention this earlier, but another thing that I do have a sort of issue with is that in a lot of the like get your life together stuff, it's like, go to the gym for 2 hours. And like, some people like going to the gym and exercising. I like going to the gym and doing stuff like that, but not everybody does. So I'm not gonna like put go to the gym or lift weights or stuff. Move your body. Do something that like gets you moving. Like, you could do like a nice fun dance. I know a lot of people watch just dance videos for exercise, which is great. I tried that. You can like go for a nice walk, you know? I really recommend doing a lot of like movement in like the beginning of your day to get your body up and moving and pumped for the day. But that's just my recommendation. I didn't put a specific time limit here. Just move your body for a bit, you know, see how that feels. Get yourself up and moving. Yeah. And then the last thing that I have written down here is write a short journal entry about your day and like write about your progress. I think reflection is good, and you can look back at this and you can sort of see the progress that you're making and see your ups, see your downs, see what like usually happens when you feel down, what happens when you're more motivated, so you can sort of work with that, you know? And you can see how to further make things better. And that's, I don't know, that's just my opinion maybe, but I do think there's a good amount of stuff that can be learned from journaling, and it's just fun to write about your day, you know? Don't get too like hard on yourself about the journaling and like that you need it to be great or perfect. You could literally just write like, oh, today was hard, you know, but I did this, and that's it. That's fine. Be as simple as you want. It's fine. It's just like a nice record of progress that we're going for. What I recommend, and I'm going to write this down as just a recommendation, but I recommend you go out and you get some sunlight. I've been reading a lot about like the benefits of that and how it helps like depression. Of course, it doesn't like always solve the issue, but it's very good for us to be getting outside and touching grass. But it is really, really helpful. I recommend that. I won't put that as like an actual thing that you have to do, but I will say that it'll probably benefit you a lot, you know? But that's it for the phase 1. That's it. That's all you have to do for 2 weeks. Okay, now let's move on to phase 2. Once we've got ourselves used to building habits and we got ourselves used to switching up our schedules, we're gonna add a little bit more. So this part is 3 weeks. We're giving ourselves 3 weeks this time, 1 week more to have that extra added time to really get used to this. The first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna wake up before 10 a.m. So before we were waking up before 12, now we're waking up before 10. Anytime before 10 a.m. or even like 10 a.m. on the dot is fine, you know? Just not like this motion, I don't know. I will say, and I did add this here, this is where we start practicing going to bed early so that you can wake up earlier and feel more rested. I did read that there is a little danger to oversleeping, apparently. But that's like over like, what was it, 9 hours, I think, of sleeping? Yeah, sleeping for over 9 hours is not good. The recommended amount is like 7 to 8 hours of sleep. That's what is recommended for most people, so do with that info what you will. Use that info, please. I will give you this tip as we start waking up earlier. Is the thing that helps me when I need to like get up is like I just like kind of like launch myself up. I just like get up before I have time to really think about like getting back in the covers. I get up. I'm like, nope, we're getting up today. I know that some people say that like going on their phone helps them stay awake for a bit. If you're prone to doom scrolling, maybe be careful. But like I do know that like looking at phone lights and stuff does help you stay awake. That's why people can't sleep at night, and it helps people wake up in the morning. Do what works for you. So, you know, so for the water, we're going from 1 bottle of water to 2. It's just adding 1 more. 2 bottles of water for the day. You can drink more, obviously. So we've dropped that cleaning habit, like I mentioned earlier, but I still encourage you to spend a day every 2 weeks, maybe every week of cleaning, but you know, because you know it's still good to clean. And in place of that, what I added was spending at least 30 minutes on a creative interest or hobby. This is a really important one to me. I actually got this from, there was like a challenge, I think, and it was called Project 50, I believe, and that's actually one that I liked. I liked that one. I think that's what initially drove me to really make my own, because it was actually a pretty nice one. It wasn't so restricting, and it wasn't like, it didn't seem so unachievable, but I still did think that it could be better, like in my own opinion, obviously. I still thought it was great though, and it gave me the idea to add like focusing on a hobby or skill. There should be healthy balance in your life between doing things that like you need to do and things that you want to do. It could be reading, painting, drawing, crocheting, swimming, whatever you like. Now, next, we're focusing on our time with God from 30 minutes to an hour. A little bit harder, but we can do it. Again, no distractions. Really push yourself to have like, no, like obviously like having some like background music, Christian background music is good, helpful, but no distractions that are taking you away from this, okay? Lock the door if you have to, so that your nieces don't come in your room. Talking to myself. Now we're gonna go from like moving our body, exercising for like, now we're having a time of 30 minutes at least. But keeping your body in good shape and good health is very important. Taking care of your health is super important. So we're gonna try and go for 30 minutes at any time, morning, afternoon, evening, night. You can do like morning stretches, you can go for walks in the afternoon, and then you can just like do some light exercising at night. You can like disperse it throughout your day so that it all accumulates into like half an hour, right? We're not going to be too restrictive on like put a block for 30 minutes in your afternoon and do that. Like you can spread it out along the time, right? And then again, we have our journal thingy, journaling our progress, talking about what went well, maybe what we struggle with more, what task is like harder for us, you know? And then we've added a habit, and that is eat 3 times during the day. We're not putting pressure on it being healthy food yet, and we're not putting pressure on it being big meals yet. I know that one of the biggest struggles for like a large amount of people who are struggling with mental health is eating. Very big struggle. Remembering to eat, finding foods that you like to eat. Like with people with autism, it's hard to find like food that they like to eat. There's a lot of struggle around food, and this is something that I really encourage you to like do some independent research in and how like eating affects you personally and what you can do to aid yourself in that. It's good to eat in the morning, afternoon, night, breakfast, lunch, dinner. There's a reason for that. It doesn't have to be big foods again, but just make sure you're getting something in your system, right? Keep your tank running. That scene in Ratatouille, it's killed me when he goes like, you get picky about what you put in your tank, your engine's gonna die. If no one wants it, then why are we stealing it? That movie's funny. You combine one flavor with another. I know a lot of references, it seems. What am I talking about? And that's it for phase 2. That's it. I know it sounds like I'm talking a lot, but really all we've really done is just like either with the morning we move the time that we wake up, and for the other ones we've just increased them. We've increased how much water we drink, we increased the time that we spend with God, we increased the time that we spend exercising. We've just increased. We haven't really added, except for the creative hobbies and the eating. All we've really done is just made ourselves think. Wow, words, brain, work. Yeah, so basically like that first phase was just like preparing us for doing these habits at all, like just like getting them done. And then phase 2 has been like doing them for like a set amount of time, getting used to increasing how much we're doing it, getting it really set in there, you know? Waking up before 8 a.m. Scary, daunting, I know. And I put 8 a.m. I try to think of like, what's a good early morning time that's like it's not too horrible for people, but like still early, because I am a firm believer, firm believer that like there's so much wasted time. I am a strong believer that waking up early is a good, healthy habit. You don't have to wake up at like 5 in the morning like people do. They're like waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning and going for a run. But like, let's wake up before 8 or at 8, either or. Some people wake up earlier for school, work. So I'm just being general here. Before 8 a.m, at 8 a.m. Why did I slap myself? Now for the water, we are taking a little bit of a jump here. We're going to drink at least 4 bottles of water. We'll make a note that this is not a required part, but please cut back on energy drinks and pop, please. Then we have our creative hobbies, interests. I still have it as 30 minutes, but I put at least 30 minutes, meaning you should try and aim for more if you can. If you can't, that's fine. 30 minutes is good. So that one stays the same. Next, our habit of spending an hour with God still stays the same. It's still an hour. Of course, you can spend more. Everything I wrote here was like at least this time, so that you know that it's like, that's your minimum. Shoot higher. You know, you don't have to, but you should. No distractions again. As somebody who's continuously distracted a million times in this video, no distractions. No distractions. It helps me to have like, my recommendation for like doing a task and like not being distracted is to make it like comfortable and to like silence your phone. Those are the big ones for me. I make sure I have food and I have water with me. I make sure I've like gone to the bathroom like before. I won't need things when I'm doing the task. That's a little tip from me, from yours truly. You can't see me really bow, so it just looks awkward. Okay. Exercise, move your body for at least an hour. We've increased the time to at least an hour. Sprinkle it throughout your day. If you wake up early, you can do some in the morning. I do like, this is the way I do it, is I do like a 30-minute video of just like morning stretches in the morning time, and then the rest of the stuff later. So it's like not all at once. Or, you know, if you go to the gym, you can like spend an hour at the gym doing like whatever, you know? Okay. Journal entry stays the same. Writing your progress. You can add some reflections about your day. You can literally just talk about your day, journaling about your day. Like, today I did this. Dear diary. It's fun to have a diary, okay? It is. I stand by that. Now we have our eating 3 times during the day. But now we're gonna put an emphasis on eating foods that are good for you. I wrote this note that I want to read to you. I got this from another video and some other research. But people who are neurodivergent, I think it was especially people with ADHD, are very drawn to foods with sugar because they give the brain fast bursts of dopamine and energy. But they wear out, those kind of foods wear out super fast, and they often leave people like more tired than they began with. So it's good to focus on foods that are like good for your system and give you lasting energy, like proteins and complex carbs like oatmeals and potatoes. Research those kinds of foods, what is good for you. But yeah, focusing on foods that are going to give you lasting energies, proteins, potatoes, oatmeal, complex carbs, you know, they're going to help you so much more than it is to like grab something that's sugary. It might just give you a little sugar rush for a bit and then leave you wearing out. Yes, it will like not work as fast when you're eating good foods, but it's going to last you a lot longer. And I know that it's hard for people who are now oriented and like give that burst to me now. Understand that this is important and good for you, okay? I'm not trained to give people like really good advice on eating and like what kind of food you should eat, what you shouldn't eat, you know? Like, I'm not a dietitian. So please, like, don't take my word as like final, except for the fact that I think that you should be eating good foods and like focusing on like foods that give you lasting energy and not just like sugary processed foods. But I know the struggle is hard to find foods that you like and foods that you will eat. Wow, I like yawned or something. So again, there's no judgment or like harsh, like if you're not meeting these standards, you were just off. No, you know, the point of this is that we're working with people, each other, who are, you know, who do not function like other people do. We're not functioning like they do, so it's hard. Not only is it harder for us, but it's different for us, okay? So we're understanding of that, but like letting you know that that's what we're going to be focusing on. So do your best. And the last thing, I have added a habit. It's a good one, okay? And it's cutting back on screen time. But not in watching my videos. I'm kidding. Cutting back on screen time. I didn't put how much time you should spend on your device. I didn't put whatever, you know, some people already don't spend a lot of time on their device, so maybe this doesn't even apply to them. But like, you know, but I think as long as you are finding a balance between how much time you spend on your device versus how much time you spend doing, you know, like again, like focusing on a creative hobby or skill, spending time with God, reading your Bible, you know, like exercising, you should be finding balance in these things, not just spending so much time on your phone. So I did put just cutting back on that, or making sure that, you know, that's not taking over your life is basically the main goal of that, why I put that there. That's it, guys. Hand clap for all of us. That's all it is. I'm sorry that like my talking and tangents makes it seem like it's so much more than it is. That's why I really recommend just like clicking the link to like this page and just reading it for yourself, because I'd be talking. I also be writing. Apparently, there's so much on that. It's not that much, guys. Go read it. It's not that much. Anyways, okay. I did put a morning and night routine as an example because I know some people still want to have like a nice structured morning routine. Should I make that into a separate video? This is probably long enough on its own, and I'll give people an excuse to come watch another video of mine. No, maybe I'll just talk about it briefly here, and I'll film my morning routine one day. How's that? It's changed a little. This is my morning routine as it currently is when I'm not in a slump, because those things exist. I am human. We all have mental health. So it says yes. Okay. I don't know why I double checked that. I literally knew that. Okay. Wow. Built different. My morning routine is waking up around 7-ish, sometimes 7:30. I drink water when I wake up, and then I just like go through my planners. As much as I seem chaotic and unhinged and literally don't know what I'm doing at any time at all, I'm a very planned person. It's planned chaos. No, controlled chaos. That's what it's called. So I plan my days. Then I do my morning stretches with this girl who is super flexible. Like this video was this girl, and she really, oh, I can't do it. Wow, I'm not that flexible. I do those routines and I'm like struggling, like, ugh. Anyways, then I read my devotionals and I take some little notes and I pray. and I get dressed. This is the outfit for the day, by the way, guys. You guys can't see the pants, but they're ripped jeans. Okay. I do my bathroom essentials, you know, brushing your teeth, you know. During this time, I listen to motivational and uplifting music, which I think is such a necessity, at least in my life, as somebody who whose life is defined by music. My emotions, you know, very heavily just, music really just controls, just like, it's really great. I find that like I can use that to my advantage by listening to good music that lifts me up and stuff. So that's what I do, and it really helps me. So if you're like that, you should do that too. And then I eat, if I remember to. You gotta be so real about that. Sometimes I like forget to eat, and like hours will pass and I'd be like, oh yeah, I was supposed to eat, and then I go to the kitchen and I'm like, this is my bread. Maybe I should set a food reminder. That's probably a good idea. Look at me, having ideas on the spot. Improv works great for me. Yeah, one of my tips for having a really good morning routine is having a really good night routine. That's one thing I'll talk about maybe in a different video, but that's such a like key thing that I think that like nobody does or pays attention to. But like people are like, how do you have such a good like morning routine? How do you like whatever? I have a good night routine. That's it. Like doing at nighttime where there's no rush, and just like setting up my clothes for the day, everything that I need, getting it set up, helps me so much in the morning. So I'm not like, what outfit should I wear today? Like, what am I doing? Like maybe I'm just like, I need control in my life. So I don't know, helped me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I will share the link to the page so you guys can watch it. Yeah, I hope you like this. I hope you do that. I hope you give me feedback. I just really hope this finds the audience of people who have been like watching a lot of these getting your life together videos and have been so frustrated with themselves when they try to do these things thinking that it'll help them, and they just ultimately can't, and they feel just so awful about themselves. I really hope they see this and they see that it's like, it's not you, it's just, well, it did. It's that you weren't made to function like other people do. And it's not a problem, it's just different. Different isn't always an issue. So I hope this helps you. This might not help everybody, because again, people need different things. So if this doesn't work for you, I'm sorry, and I hope you find something that does. And I just strongly recommend doing independent research to finding those things. And I will also link a page of productivity and mental wellness help info that I've collected and written down as well, so that you, if you want further advice for productivity and stuff, that you can go there. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. Wow, this is a really long video. This is not going to be fun for me to edit. Yeah, what's my outro? Be good to people, read your Bible, drink water. I gotta find something better. And comment, what's your morning routine look like if you have one? I don't know. Anyways, that's it for me. Also, do you guys like my new hair? I was supposed to post a video of me dyeing my hair. So this is kind of a spoiler alert for when you see that video. This is how it ends up looking. So, okay, bye.